Hey guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Inan. Meron pong bagong policy ang IRCC. Tuwing i-refuse daw ang isang application, magkakaroon na ito ng kasamang officer notes, no? Parang refusal note. Kung saan ipapaliwanag ng officer na talaga, more transparency ito, no? Malalaman ninyo ang specific reason kung bakit na-refuse ang inyong application. Yan po ang ating pag-uusapan kasama ang ating suking RCIC, Dayanara M. Puerto Pantique. Thank you, Dayanara, as
Thank
always.
you, miss. Thank you. Hello po.
Yan. Okay, so I think this is definitely something positive, no? Why do you think did IRCC decide to do this? Na magkaroon ng tinatawag na officer refusal notes.
I think nakulitan na sila sa federal government din siguro because this is one of the most common reasons kung bakit, let's say, na-overturn yung decision pagdating sa federal court. So kung nagbabasa po kayo ng mga federal court decisions kasi public naman yan.
Mm-hmm.
So makikita ninyo na usually ang dahilan kung bakit na-overturn. So pag sinabi na-overturn is nirefuse nila, sasabihin ng federal court na hindi, baliktarin nyo, ibalik nyo sa officer, i-assess nila ulit, mali yung assessment niyo ganyan. It's not really because mali yung peace officer kung ba't niya nirefuse yung applicant. It's not always like that. Most of the time, it's because hindi maayos yung pagkakasabi ng officer kung bakit niya nirefuse yung tao. So, it's more often than not. Kumbaga, kahit sabihin natin na tama naman siya na nirefuse niya kasi let's say wala masyadong funds or hindi talaga eligible for that program or may issues sa criminality or anything like that, hindi laging yon ang dahilan kung ba't na-overturn kung ba't, let's say, pababaliktad yung decision. It's almost always because, mali kayo kasi hindi nyo dinetalye dun sa tao kung bakit nyo siya nirefuse. This is their solution.
Okay.
Because honestly, miss, magastos din kasi, bukod sa pera saka sa oras, ang pagre-request ng GCMS notes. Ito po yung notes na natanggap natin. Parang i-request mo siya ng particular pag na-refuse ka. Una-una, matagal, maabot ng 30 to 60 days sometimes. Yung ibang agencies, inaano pa nila yan, pinagkakaperahan pa nila. Kahit ang totoo, hindi naman talaga siya mahal or most often ay libre kapag ang kukuha ay nandito sa Canada. So, pinagkakaperahan pa yan ng mga immigration agencies, ganyan-ganyan. Na sige, order kami, bayad kayo ng 3,000, 4,000 pesos, ganyan. Kahit sa totoo lang, hindi naman talaga siya dapat ganun kamahal. So, meron kayong makikitang mga website dito, Miss Anta, getgcms.com, ganyan.
Talaga ba?
Yes, talagang business nila ang pagkuha ng GCMS notes for those who get refused. But
hindi ko alam yan
this time, mawawalan sila ng customers most likely dahil pag na-refuse ngayon ng tao, magsasend yung officer ng hiwalay po na letter stating kung bakit ka na-refuse. Yung detalye. Yeah.
Oo, actually, yun yung tanong ko. How difficult it is ba? Ano ba yung current system prior this?
Prior to this.
Yung iba ba talaga, yun na nga, sabi mo palang GCMS notes.
Apo.
Ang tagal pala, 1 month to 2 months before
you access. Could take a while. Yes po, it could take a while.
And that is the only thing that they can do if na-refuse. Hintayin muna yun and then they will base their next actions from there.
Opo. Yeah, pero well, personally kasi, Miss, I've been doing this since 2021 na kapag ka nakakita ko ng letter of refusal, depende dun sa notes, I can usually tell, 'di ba, kung bakit. For example, purpose of visit. Ibig sabihin ng purpose of visit is they question your intent kung mag-aaral ka ba talaga o bibisita ka ba talaga sa Canada. Ayan. So, usually yun. And then I can usually gauge from a conversation or a consultation from the client kung bakit. I can tell them why. Diba? Hindi rin naman laging detalyado kasi yung GCMS notes. May makikita kang GCMS notes na parang ganun lang. Walang masyadong detalye, like generic. Kaya nga sila nagkakaproblema yung mga visa officer kapag dinadala sila sa korte kasi hindi detalyado. So, this time, dahil diretso na ninyong matatanggap, you can act upon the refusal as soon as possible instead of waiting for a month or 2 months pa.
Yeah. Oo. Could one reason ba, ako ang hunch ko sa totoo lang, Dayanara, kaya rin siguro naglabas ng ganito. Siguro dahil sobrang dami nga kasi tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung refusal.
Yes.
Ang dami. Is that the case, at least from your clients? Patuloy ba yung nakita mong more
Mhm.
refusals, kumbaga, sa mga
It's
applications?
always 50-50.
Oo.
50-50 siya. Parang kapag ka nag-lodge ka ng application, it's almost always 50-50 yung dahilan. Mas nakikitaan ko ng approval rates yung mga gustong pumunta sa more rural areas,
Okay.
yung mga gustong pumasok sa healthcare, education, construction, sila yung nakikitaan ko ng mas matataas na approval ratings compared to those who wanna go to Toronto kasi may kamag-anak sila doon or wanna get into, let's say, Masters of Business Administration, yung mga ganyan. Sila yung mga
Oo.
madaming refusal. Kasi siguro ang sabi ng IRS, baka meron silang internal instruction na um, if the person wants to go to a rural area, sige, let's prioritize them in the processing or let's take a much better look kasi ito yung mga tao na magpo-populate ng mga area na hindi talaga masyadong pinupuntahan. Yun pa rin yung priority talaga at the end of the day. So yun po yung nakikita ko. I have clients na from TFW sila, gusto nilang mag-aral, so namimili sila ng lugar sa Canada na pupuntahan nila. Sila yung nakikitaan ko ng approval ratings na medyo mas mataas compared to those who are outside the
Oo.
Philippines, tapos gusto pumasok. So,
Oh.
yeah.
Oh, sige. And also reminder natin siguro, Dairara, you mentioned yung ibang ang agencies pala pinagkakakitaan pa yung
Yes.
GCMS notes. Okay, so ngayon na merong letter of refusal na, baka yung ibang mga consultant, I'm not talking about Dayanara, I mean, this should result in them saving money, right? Not having
Yes.
to spend more.
Saving money and getting more, kumbaga, less time na maghihintay
Oo.
kayo to make a response. So,
Kung meron silang consultant, ibig sabihin, baka yung ibang consultant, alam mo, and I don't know it might make other consultants, extra charge na naman kapag
yeah.
i-appeal nila.
Baka
To yung
sabihin,
mga
sige,
ganun
bigyan mo
ba?
muna ako ng 1,000 para ibigay ko yung officer's decision notes, ganyan.
May
Hindi
ganun, oh,
po. Hindi po
okay.
dapat ganun kasi kapag ka na-refuse po kayo, kasabay yan sinesend. Makaka-receive po kayo usually ng 2 letter at least. Kapag na-refuse po, yung refusal letter per se na talagang sinesend nila plus a separate file for the officer's decision notes.
Oo,
So,
they can always demand, right?
of course.
Kahit na yung may official representative sila na ang nakaka-access, usually yung representative lang,
Opo.
they should be able to demand the letter or the officer notes without any additional fee pa dapat yan?
Yes, pero honestly, they shouldn't demand. It should have been sent to
Yeah,
them.
oo nga.
I mean, that should be the practice, and that's what I do. For the clients na na-refuse, I would send them the letter, minsan may correspondence letter pa na hiwalay, tapos the officer's decision notes. 'Di ba? I mean, I haven't received, thankfully, I haven't received refusals naman ng sobrang dami. Only one so far mula nung August noong July 29. So, isa pa lang actually yung nakita kong case. And
Oo.
that case, nakikita ko was made in error. So, what we did was we applied for reconsideration muna. So,
Okay.
nakita ko yung notes, gumawa ako ng letter, nag-apply kami ng reconsideration via web form. Now, we're waiting for it. Hopefully, mag-reply sila. And if they don't reply in time, then that's the time na mag-re-apply kami. Because sometimes they reverse their take sometimes. Kasi po yung officer na nag-assess, for example, sa Abu Dhabi, yung officer na nag-assess sa India, yung officer na nag-assess sa Manila, iba yan sa nag-assess sa mga nandito sa Canada. So, kapag nag-apply ka ng reconsideration, it may be sent to an officer in Canada who may have a different take kumpara dun sa officer na nasa Manila, baka i-reverse nila depende kung ano yung case. Kasi sa case ko, yung sa client ko, nakitaan ko, hindi. Parang kinwestiyon yung funds kahit na kumpleto naman yung document, ganyan, because I sent it myself. Kaya
Yeah.
alam ko kung ano yung sinend namin. Kaya parang I think sometimes with refusals, you can question it through reconsideration. And then kapag hindi sumagot, reapplication.
Yeah, okay. Guys, again but you do not even need a consultant to do these things. Okay. It will be easier then for those who take the DIY route. Dayanara, no? Mas madali
Possibly.
for them.
Yeah, I mean, if you have
Oo.
the ability to do the response
Yeah.
yourself, to do the assessment yourself, why not? I mean, I was a DIYer, so I don't really have a problem, an opinion against doing so. Pero um, just make sure na you do the proper steps. Na pagdating ng refusal, basahin. And magpakatotoo rin tayo sa sarili natin kung ano yung sinabi natin.
Oo.
Baka naman kasi hindi talaga sensible yung papeles na sinend natin, o baka meron tayong naiisip na hindi na kailangan natin ng ibang tingin, like
Oo.
another point of view. Don't be afraid to consult if that's the case. But yeah, it should make DIYers' lives easier kasi you get the refusal na. Andun
Yeah.
na siya. It's laid out in front of you.
Yeah. Kamusta pala, no, yung nakita mong refusal officer note?
Mhm.
Was it detailed enough? Feeling ko kasi alam mo
Wise.
mape-pressure na rin yung mga officer to make it more detailed. Kasi sabi mo noon, minsan yung GCMS notes, pag dumating after waiting for so long, parang
Walang
napaka-vague pa din.
kwenta.
Oo.
Parang, we refuse to do purpose of visit. Parang, why? What's the
Ulitin mo na
point?
naman.
Yeah, yung huli kong client na nakita ko, fairly detailed. Like, they
Okay.
questioned yung source ng bulk deposits, ganyan, which we did. We already explained. Ayun na nga yung document. So parang, it's really more of, I think they missed out on some documents, and that's why I felt the need to send a reconsideration request as opposed to a brand new application. So,
Yeah.
you weigh it in, kumbaga, decision making.
Alright. Okay. Yun lang naman, guys. So that's the update. More transparency sa mga mangyayaring refusals. I hope hindi yan mangyari sa inyo, but it's been happening to many.
Yeah,
Thank you. Oo nga eh.
good luck, God bless po sa ating lahat, especially those who are still trying to apply, lalo sa panahon ngayon. I hope if you have consultants, I hope the consultants tell you the truth, like kung ano yung nangyayari sa Canada, and provide you advice based on what's happening to, give you the best chance na, apply for a PR down the line. So, God bless po.
Okay. Guys, yung gumagapang na email dyan sa baba throughout the episode, that is Dayanara. So, ask her or consult with her. Dyan nyo siya i-email. But for now, we will end this episode here. Thank you, Dayanara. We'll see you guys in the next
Bye! Thank you po. Thank you.
Bye!